The planet of Beerus was engulfed in a tense silence while Frieza was heading towards the god of destruction. Beerus, although he was trying to appear calm, felt a chill running through his spine. Whis, on the other hand, observed the situation with curiosity, wondering what the Emperor of Evil had to say. Frieza would stop in front of Beerus, looking at him in a sinister way. "Beerus, I have come to make you an offer that you will not be able to refuse," Frieza would say with his cold and arrogant voice. "An offer?" Beerus would ask, raising an eyebrow. "I'm not interested in your dealings, Frieza." But you should be. You see, I've been watching you destroy planets, and I must admit that I like what I see," Frieza would say with a malicious smile. Beerus suspected Frieza, not being sure what game Frieza was playing. "Where do you want to go with this?" Beerus would say seriously. "Simple," Frieza would say. "Stop destroying planets." Frieza was really furious with the god of destruction, to the point that Beerus trembled with fear. "You, as the god of destruction, and I, as the supreme emperor of the universe, are not doing things in our favor. You are destroying the planets that I plan to invade to sell. Technically, you have destroyed my raw material," Frieza would explain. Frieza would remain calm for a moment, although his gaze became more intense. "Beerus, things have changed. I have reached levels of power that you could not even imagine. I have surpassed the gods of destruction. But I know how to recognize a strong opponent when I see him, and you are not. Stop destroying planets, or you will see it with me," Frieza would say seriously. Goku heard everything from the castle. He could not contain his anger. "That bastard thinks he owns the universe," Goku would say. "I must eliminate him." "I'm sorry, Frieza, but I'm not interested in your proposals. My duty as the god of destruction is to maintain balance in the universe, not immerse it in chaos," Beerus would say firmly. "It doesn't matter if you're stronger than me, you can't change the purpose of a god of destruction." "Wow, what beautiful words. Too bad they are the last." "What?" Beerus would say. "I wanted a god of destruction to have contact with the gods, but you have put me in a complicated situation," Frieza would say in a sinister way. Meanwhile, in the shadow, Goku listened to the conversation carefully. Although he was hidden, his demonic energy made him more perceptible than he would have wanted, but he decided to remain silent, waiting for the right moment to intervene. Frieza would point to Beerus, pointing it with his finger. He was about to attack him, but Frieza would detect something strange. "What was that?" Frieza would say. "It can't be." The presence of Mr. Goku becomes evident, Whis would think. "It's nothing," Beerus would say seriously. "Whatever it is, I can't let Goku discover. It's our only hope," Beerus would say. "Whatever. Die!" Frieza would say. Frieza would launch his Ki attack, but a kick in the face from Goku would take it by surprise. Ki's laser would change course simply by scraping Beerus's cheek. "That was Goku," Beerus would say. "That's right," Whis would say. Frieza would collide with a great risk while we see Goku in his normal phase with the demonic energy surrounding his body. "Enough, Frieza," Goku would say. Frieza would get up without understanding anything. He couldn't believe Goku was still alive. "You worm, you're alive?" Frieza would say. "How do you have that power without transformation? That doesn't matter to you. Now I'll beat you," Goku would say. "Don't be stupid. What makes you think you can beat me?" Frieza would say with a laugh. Tuava saw it all from afar as she was very aware of Goku. "I can't believe he's such an idiot," Tuava would say. "He doesn't have enough power to face him." Goku would raise his ki to the maximum using the Super Saiyan Blue. The demonic power that ran through his body gave him even more power. Frieza couldn't believe it. He was witnessing a new Goku, much more powerful than before. "Wow, interesting," Frieza would say. "I guess I can play a little with you." Frieza would throw himself at Goku. He would come with a knee into his ribs, but Goku would hold the attack. "No, Frieza," Goku would say. Goku would return the attack. Frieza would leave far away. When Frieza was about to fall, he managed to stand up, but to realize the hundreds of Ki rays going towards him, Frieza would dodge each of the attacks easily. Then, they would both throw themselves. They would begin to exchange blows at high speed as they moved everywhere. The demonic power is giving him great powers, Whis would say. I don't know, but he still doesn't use his form Golden. Beerus would say, I'm afraid this will go wrong. Goku and Frieza would continue to surprise everyone with their incredible powers and abilities. The planet of Beerus trembled before such a majestic show. Even so, it was Goku who fought with all his strength, not like Frieza, who still lacked his golden form. If Goku had benefited from all the demonic power, he would win, Tuava would say. The battle continued while Goku lost his energies. He was not yet used to using demonic ki. I see you tired, Frieza would say. This is admirable. You have more strength than Gogeta. I only hope Vegeta is dead, because if he has that power and merges with you, it would be a problem. Vegeta is dead because of you, but I can take care of you for myself, Goku would say. Goku would raise his ki to the maximum. He would throw a Kamehameha with all his strength. Frieza would use his golden form and counterattack with his own power. The situation was critical for Goku. Frieza was dominating Goku. It can't be, Goku would say, seeing how Frieza's power was getting closer and closer. It's over, Beerus would say. Oh no, Whis would say. Suddenly, Toava would be present. He would wrap Goku in a strange energy barrier and he would disappear from there. Toava, Frieza would say, disconcerted. Damn bastard, you were supposed to be dead. I made you believe that, but I will return with Goku and he will take care of eliminating you, Toava would say. I will not allow it, furious Frieza would say. Frieza would throw a powerful ki beam towards Toava. Beerus would attack Frieza's ki beam, diverting its course. That way, he would give time to Toava, who would escape expressing a smile to the god of destruction. He knows that action has just condemned him, Whis would say. It was going to happen at some point, Beerus would say. Tell Goku to resurrect me with the Super Dragon Spheres. Frieza would stand in front of Beerus. He was really furious, but he would not say a single word. He would observe him in a sinister way. Beerus contained his fear not to reveal it, but a drop of sweat would reveal it. I think you are aware of your fate, Frieza would say. Seriously, it will not be very different from yours, Beerus would say. As soon as Goku dominates his demonic power, he will beat you to death, Beerus would say, until he received an attack from Frieza. He had pierced his chest with his hand. Beerus would cough blood and express a smile. I do not regret anything, Beerus would say. Beerus fell dead, but he knew that Goku managed to escape. Then Frieza would observe the angel. Do you have anything to offer, Mr. Frieza? Whis would say courteously. What are you going to do now that you don't have the god of destruction? Frieza would say. I guess I'll take a vacation. From now on, without the god of destruction, I remain inactive, Whis would say. In addition, Mr. Beerus' substitute was Mr. Vegeta, but he is no longer with us, so I doubt that a new god of destruction will appear in a long time. Frieza would leave there and start looking for Goku everywhere. He knew that he was not someone to be underestimated. That fool is going to complicate things for me, Frieza would say. I must find him as soon as possible and exterminate him. On the other hand, we see Goku hiding with Toa. The demon had just saved him. I can't believe you got me out of there, Goku would say, upset. In case you didn't notice, I saved your life twice, Tuava would say. It said of nothing. Anyway, I have to go back. I would say by taking his fingers to his forehead. Goku would try to use teleportation, but he would realize that he could not. What's going on? Goku would say. I just blocked your ability so you can't escape from here, Toava would say. How could you do that? Goku would say, furious. I see we start with the left foot, Toava would say. I'll show you something so you can come to your senses. Toava would use her staff to show them the images of what had happened. Goku would see everything from the moment he escaped, especially when Toava is saved by Beerus, and above all, the death of Beerus. It can't be, Goku would say, disconcerted. Beerus just saved me. Just for one reason. to help you be stronger, Toava would say. Goku, it all depends on you. You achieved great power, but you lack it. What do you want? Goku would say, seriously. I just need you to let me supply more of my demonic power, Toava would say. That way, you can have more power and defeat Frieza. I don't know. I'm not very good with the demonic power, Goku would say. This feels so evil. Is that or nothing? Toava would say. The decision is yours. Goku didn't know whether to trust Toava or not. He still had no clear ideas. I can't trust you. I don't know if you have good intentions, Goku would say. Goku, stop being so crybaby, Toava would say. It's the only way. But after all this is over, do you want to have children with me? Goku would say. Or am I wrong? Of course. That way, there will be more demons, Towa would say. Curse. You just want to fill the universe with demons, Goku would say, furious. But those demons would be his children. I guess he can control them, Whis would say. Whis, how did you find me? Towa would say. It's easier than it seems, Whis would say. By the way, they should be more careful. Frieza could find them at any time. Whis, what do you think of all this? Goku would say. I'm not the one to decide. The decision is yours, Whis would say. As far as I'm concerned, they couldn't be worse than now. Goku, you have to trust. It's the only way, Towa would say. Okay, I'll do it, but that's not why I'll have children with you, Goku would say. Okay, Towa would say. Really? Goku would say. Of course. I'll be able to find another candidate if you don't want to, Towa would say. It's not the most important thing right now. Okay, go ahead. Do whatever you want, Goku would say. Towa would point to Goku with his staff. He would begin to suffer again for the demonic power. It was too much for him. The pain he felt was unbearable. Goku screamed in pain while Towa couldn't contain himself. Hey, aren't you going too fast? Whis would say. It's the only way, Towa would say. Suddenly, more demonic energy would surround Goku's body. It would begin to compress his muscles, and even fangs would be seen sprouting. What's going on? Towa would say. I told you I was going too fast, Whis would say. Suddenly, Goku would explode with a great amount of energy that would blind Whis and Towa. When he fell to the ground, Goku was on the ground. His uniform was destroyed. I told you went too far, Whis would say. I just hope he's alive, Towa would say. What could happen now that Goku received more demonic power? Will Goku be alive? And also, how strong will Goku become? We will see all this in the next part of this incredible theory. And well, friends, so far part 2 of this theory of Goku and the demonic power. I hope you liked it. If this video reaches 100 likes, I will upload the next part as soon as I can. Remember to subscribe, comment, and leave your powerful like, since that would motivate me to continue uploading this theory. Without more to say, see you in the next part.